Thank you for joining us at KCTV English News. I'm Angel Kim. Authorities will enact tougher measures to control levels of highly concentrated fine dust particles. The Ministry of Environment has announced that public employees will be restricted from driving when emergency mitigation measures are issued for 3 or more days. Currently, the alternative driving day system is the emergency measure that is taken to regulate vehicle use. The ministry also added that restrictions on private vehicle use may be issued if emergency measures are declared for over 4 consecutive days. Moon Dae-rim has officially been sworn in as the 8th chairman of the Jeju Free International City Development Center. The inauguration took place on March 7th, and the chairman has formally begun business operations. Chairman Moon has made promises to reinvigorate efforts in making Jeju a free international city and declared that one of his top priorities during his term will be to resolve issues regarding the resort residential complexes. He also made a commitment to find a resolution for the Jeju healthcare town, namely the controversial Greenland International Hospital. The provincial government will formulate a proposal on how to improve the standard of living for residents by establishing the second airport. The proposal will be completed within the first half of next year with a budget of 600 million won. Local officials have disclosed the task instructions and includes a plan for improved living conditions of residents, which includes 14 villages in Seongsanub, as well as plans to boost businesses and enhance transport infrastructure. The province will carry out the plan in 2 phases from 2021 to 2030. Representatives of 2 groups opposing the airport have said in their comments on Thursday that the province should revoke its decision regarding the plan because an official legal ruling regarding the airport has yet to be made. Not all island residents are opposed to the second airport. The Seongsanub Development Council, comprising of 120 members, held a meeting with Governor Won Hee-ryong Thursday. The group has made an official request to expedite the development of the second airport. The council said that the proposal for the second airport requested by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport should proceed as planned. They also called for the opinions of residents to be reflected in the plan to develop the area. Jeju Police are cracking down on drug offenders on the island. The police department will rigorously enforce anti-drug laws until May 24th. The main subjects of interest will include drug trafficking offenders and sex offenders who are caught abusing drugs. The list also includes offenders of illegal footage distribution. Drug trafficking offenses that have been prosecuted in Jeju rose from 26 cases in 2015 to 35 cases in 2017. Another week has passed, and that means Film Focus. Here's Mike Laidman with what's new in theaters today.
It serves me right, I suppose. With nothing of interest opening last week, I jumped the gun on Captain Marvel, which is now taking what seems to be at least half of all the screens at all the theaters on the island, and which doesn't leave much of interest for this week. But soldier on we must, and so I bring you another one for the kiddies this week, for all those who are too young to see Captain Marvel, which is still my first recommendation, by the way, and then it's one for the adults next week. Here are Cinderella and the Secret Prince and The Mule for your viewing pleasure. Well, at least just viewing. Welcome to another edition of Film Focus. I'm Mike Laidman.
An animated
How to start? In the world of animation, there are the entries from the big studios, which more often than not combine top-notch animation with a compelling story. Then there are those movies from smaller studios that still have a certain level of shine and don't skimp on the story. Finally, there are those entries like this one, which, well, as an adult, they can be tough to watch, as they're so geared towards kids. Regardless, here's what's up with Cinderella and the Secret Prince. During the royal ball, Cinderella and her mice friends discover a secret that could shake their world. The real prince has been turned into a mouse by an evil witch, and the prince from the royal ball is in fact a fraud. Now, Cinderella and her friends are going to begin a whole new adventure to help save the real prince and help him defeat an evil force.
Cinderella and the Secret Prince.
Now on to something a little more meaty. Earl Stone is a man in his 80s, broke, alone, and facing foreclosure of his business when he's offered a job that simply requires him to drive. Easy enough, but unbeknownst to Earl, he's just signed on as a drug courier for a Mexican cartel. He does well. So well, in fact, that his cargo increases exponentially, and Earl is assigned a handler. But he isn't the only one keeping tabs on Earl. The mysterious new drug mule has also hit the radar of hard-charging DEA agent Colin Bates. And even as his money problems become a thing of the past, Earl's past mistakes start to weigh heavily on him. And it's uncertain if he'll have time to right those wrongs before law enforcement, or the cartel's enforcers, catch up to him. If you like Clint Eastwood, well then you like Clint Eastwood, and this is yet another solid late-period entry into his body of work. It might have a few missteps here and there, but it's always sure to right them before it moves on.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for everything.
Experience the beauty of spring on Jeju at Sangyeowon Tulip Festival, which runs through April 7th. And taking a look at our weather, we're looking at cloudy skies and a 70% chance of rain into the evening on Saturday, with 5 to 20 millimeters of rainfall expected. For the temperatures of the day, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 6, and the afternoon high, 17 degrees. Down south in Seogwipo, temperatures will fall between 9 and 15. The morning low in Seongsan will be 7, topping off at a high of 15 degrees. Across the island in Kosan, a low of 7 in the morning, warming up to a high of 16 degrees. And up on the mountain at Songpana, the morning low will be 3 and the afternoon high 9 degrees. Out on the seas, winds will be out of the east and southeast at a speed of 6 to 12 meters per second, with waves between 0.5 and 2 meters. And here's a look at the extended forecast. That brings us to the end of today's newscast. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, you can find us on YouTube at KCTV E News Jeju. See you next time.